Hello there, Internet friends. I am Danielle Pierce, creator of Property Preservation Mastery and founder of Real Estate Profit Lab. As promised, I am here tonight doing a pretty brief live training inside of our, or rather, with regard to our Side Hustle Heavy program. Again, that's hashtag Side Hustle Heavy. You can always visit sidehustleheavy.com to get more information in case you've missed any of the prior live streams that have been taking place for the last 14 days. Just an FYI, today it's a special day. It's the last day to take advantage of some of the discounts that we're offering. So I'll talk about that in just a moment. But as always, like, subscribe, share the video. Come in, let me know where you're watching from. If you've decided to become a founding member, drop a comment down below. We welcome and thank you for trusting us on this journey. Now, let's get into it. All right. Well, let's not get into it. Briefly, we're going to cover who is Danielle Pierce, who is this information for, who isn't it for, what is Side Hustle Heavy, what's required to become a founding member, what's the income potential, and how to get started. Sound good? So let's keep this train moving. Before I do that, a couple quick updates. Today is the last day to take advantage of early bird pricing. After today, you're going to pay an extra $1,000 at least to get access to the same information, the same content. So why pay an extra $1,000 when you could take advantage today before midnight Central Standard Time and get in on our early bird pricing? Also, the early bird pricing is 197 bucks. Basically, you pay for 4 months, you get 8 months free. After today, again, price is going to increase to 47 bucks a month. Again, basically, you're going to be paying a lot more money in the future, specifically tomorrow, than you would if you would join today by 11:59 p.m. tonight. And finally, this is important, the lifetime memberships. Those are the options where you basically, that's the option, I should say, where you pay a one-time fee and you never pay again. It's only 397 bucks. That is never going to be offered again. So if you are on the cusp on that or are thinking about it, today would be a good day to make a decision because again, after today, it's only going to be an option to pay monthly, not going to be an option to pay a one-time fee and never have to pay again. All right, moving on. And I just covered that. No additional fees ever for the lifetime memberships. So again, 397 bucks. Spectacular deal because our property preservation mastery program is 2,497 bucks. And this program here is the cheapest thing that we'll ever offer in life. So just FYI. And again, that link is sidehustleheavy.com. Sidehustleheavy.com. So, who is Danielle Pierce? Well, that's a good question. 14-year full-time real estate entrepreneur, founder of Real Estate Profit Lab, creator of Property Preservation Mastery. Used to teach tax lien investing, but we pulled that program about a year or so ago. Maybe bring it back for Black Friday, but that's still undecided. Have hundreds of testimonials around the internet. You can find many of those on our YouTube channel. Just type in Danielle Pierce or Real Estate Profit Lab, and it'll take you directly to the page. So plenty of FAQs there, client testimonials, success stories, videos, lots of social proof available at your leisure for you to review. What else? My background is in corporate accounting and audit, believe it or not. Have an accounting degree. I went to University of Illinois, graduated in 2002, started my first job, hated my first job, thought I was ready to get laid off, got laid off, struggled for many moons. um, Finally latched on to a few side hustles that were actually, paid enough to give me a full time income. Did that for a little bit longer. Found my lane in property preservation, and that, my dear, is the rest has been history. So that's my story. I've been able to help hundreds of people get started in property preservation. Have a few, well, more than a few, really, really good success stories. The thing about this program, any program that we offer, especially this one, Side Hustle Heavy, is this: whether you decide to do it now or you pay for it and you do it a year from now, you'll still have access to outstanding information that is actionable, that works, and that will put money in your pocket. That is the goal. So my goal is not necessarily to, make you feel, nice and fuzzy inside and empower you. In that sense, my goal is, financial empowerment, because sometimes the fact of the matter is you need to fight on the income and revenue side versus stripping away all the pleasure and niceties from life. Would you agree? That's been my philosophy. So yeah, I'm not about to give up my Starbucks. I'm not about to give up going to Chick-fil-A. Not about to give up going to Cheesecake Factory and drinking lemon drops. I'm just not about to do it. And so that's my philosophy. So again, it's not for everybody. Dave Ramsey certainly would not approve of what I just said, but nevertheless, it still stands. So that's a little bit about me. I'm also a homeschooling mama to three baby geniuses. Um, 10, about to be 10, 9, and 7. So pretty close together. Seemed like a good idea at the time. What is Side Hustle Heavy? Side Hustle Heavy is our membership offering, and essentially it has three different components. I'm going to break those down and then show you a look behind the scenes so you can see it for yourself as well. For those of you who are considering becoming a founding member. So first things first, you get access to our ebook, Baby Steps to Financial Freedom. That ebook, let me tell you. So kind of wrote it on the spur of the moment. I was just thinking one day, I should probably put together an ebook. I know a lot of stuff. I think it'd be good to put in an ebook. Didn't really have high expectations from it, but lo and behold, that ebook ended up doing over $30,000 in sales over the course of about a year or so. Got lots of testimonials, lots of success stories, and I was like, huh, this is pretty epic. We should probably do more and get this out to more people and expand it to make it a more comprehensive offering. So that is the crux of Side Hustle Heavy. So one component is the ebook, Baby Steps to Financial Freedom. Has over 30 plus recession-proof side hustles to generate an extra $1,000 or so every single month, like clockwork, without getting a job or starting another business. All right. Second component is that I do a monthly detailed training on just one of the side hustles. So you can expect basically 30 trainings over the course of the next 2.5 years, which is why that lifetime membership would be critical for you to go ahead and register for that, because then it's just a one-time fee and you get, access forever. So one monthly detailed training that'll happen inside of the Facebook community, and then also it'll be posted into Kajabi as well. And the third component is the Facebook community Side Hustle Heavy. The community is where all best practices, all wins, all concerns, any and everything related to the program will flow through the community. And what we found consistently is that community is what drives the momentum for anything, whether that be property preservation, whether that be stock trading, whether that be tax liens. People like to see other people win that they perceive as being on their same level, for lack of a better phrase, or starting at the same time that they did. So that's what drives people. And I for years I fought against this because I was like, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, if I'm showing you that this can be done, and here's my proof, and I've done it. So you mean to tell me you need to see five other people that started just at the same time that you did go through the same process, and then you'll believe it? But that's what works for many people. So I no longer fight against it. I just accept it, and I've seen it be true, prove itself to be true time and time and time again. We have folks in our property preservation mastery program who've been in there for 2 years, have done nothing, have watched 100 people go past them. And then they finally wake up one day and they're like, you know what? Today is the day I'm going to get started. I'm going to launch my business. I'm going to get a contract. And they do that. They do that. So again, Side Hustle Heavy, three components: ebook, Baby Steps to Financial Freedom, outstanding Facebook community, and then one monthly detailed live training, which I'll be hosting, which of course will involve a little bit of Q&A, because for those of you who have questions. All right, who is Side Hustle Heavy for? So let me be clear about who it's for. Side Hustle Heavy is for anyone looking to generate an extra $1,000 or so every single month, consistently, like clockwork, without starting an entire business or getting another job. How many of you want another job? Probably no one. How many of you want to start a business or start another business? Probably very few, right? So we talk often about 7 streams of income, and someone made a post about this in one of the groups that I'm in, and she said, "Hey, so do I need 7 businesses to have 7 streams of income?" And that's not the the foundation for that. And I'm touching on that today because I think that many of you who are watching probably have that same misconception that you have to do 7 different things, especially in a place like Chicago, where you go to the barbershop, you can buy food, you can buy drinks, get your hair cut, get a car wash, buy some t-shirts, and whatever else you need, right? So, and same thing for the corner stores, etc. You don't actually have to have 7 different businesses, and as a matter of fact, you should not. probably have 7 different businesses because your attention, you can't succeed in all 7 of them. So what we recommend, and what I actually have done, is you take one overarching, industry. Mine happens to be property preservation. And from there is a book on Amazon. There's an ebook. There's the actual business itself, which I still run on a day-to-day basis. There is the online course. There's the YouTube channel. And I think that that's 5 right there. So that's been my path to getting to, 7 streams of income. And of course, I invest in the stock market. Of course, I own real estate. So I still have other streams as well, but 5 of them are related to one thing. Right. So side hustle heavy is for those folks who want to generate that extra money without doing 5 to 7 different things like I've done in the past. So that's number one. Also, you should be somewhat tech savvy, computer literate, comfortable with getting paid on a mobile app. If you're someone who signs up for an app and they ask you for your date of birth or your social, and you're like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? This is probably not going to work for you. Example, if you are, I was talking about Robinhood one day, I believe it was. Was it Robinhood? I believe so. The trading app where you can buy uh, entire stock, so you can buy, partial shares of a stock. And I had shared a link in one of the videos, and then someone said, "Hey, they're asking for our social security number. What's this about? Is this a scam?" It's like, well, to buy stocks in this country on any platform, you're going to have to provide your social to prove who you are. So if you're someone who kind of shies away from things like that, please don't do side hustle heavy, because it's not going to work for you, and you won't get the results that I know are possible with the program. All right. So that's essentially who the program was designed for. So basically, anyone, I would say most of the opportunities, you have to be 21 and up. Okay. Sound good? Moving on. What's the format of the program? So here, I'm going to do a screen share and show you what it looks like inside of Kajabi. Kajabi is our learning platform. So here's where you would log into the course. This is the dashboard. We always do an overview, a welcome, what is the purpose of the program, about Danielle, if you care to know, company overview, expectation settings and promises. This is critical because we want to make it clear this is what you can expect from us. This is what we expect from you. Here's our promise. Here's what we've seen. Here's best practices for success. So that's all included here before you even get into the actual program. So this is all documents that categories that you would actually just read. So no videos here. Then every single month, the format will go just like what you see here: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and so on and so forth. These are the different side hustles. So you'll have a detailed video training inside of Kajabi, a live training inside of the Facebook community. And then if you click on, we'll just click on these FEMA inspections. So here's the video. All right, there's me talking again. I hate listening to the sound of my voice. Very weird, I know, but I think most people say that. Here is the overview that you can expect to see at the beginning of every single side hustle. So it says what kind of work is involved, how long does it take to register, how long to start receiving work, any extra requirements, how much should you expect to make, how long does it take to get paid from the company, and how often do they pay, and any necessary links, PDFs, blah, 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 in order to get started. So this is the format, and it's very clear, it's very concise. You'll be able to scroll this at a glance to see which one of these side hustles do I actually want to start with. Maybe I don't want to do FEMA inspections first. Maybe I want to do insurance inspections. It's faster to get started. And so that is the process. And then for those of you who are into social media, which some of you are not, you will then go inside of the Facebook group and you would introduce yourself, post your success with this particular side hustle, how much money you've made, what city and state are you located, etc. Now, if you're not active on social media, or you have one of those people who have an alias or an account that you never log into, that's fine too. You'll still have access to the same information. But again, I can't stress this enough. The community for most people is actually what makes the difference. If you're someone like myself who doesn't really need, a squad of people, then it may work for you not to be in the community. It's not required. All the things that happen, all the trainings that take place inside of the Facebook community, the monthly live trainings, will also be posted inside of Kajabi as well with the Q&A portion. All right. So this is the format. This is pretty clear. This is very well defined. This is very, very, very specific. And again, that's our promise with this particular program. So let me go back to the slides so I can continue on and go into, we just talked about the format of the program. So I covered that. And again, inside of that, so the learning platform is Kajabi. And everything that happens inside of the Facebook community will be uploaded into Kajabi. So you don't have to be on Facebook if you don't want to, if you don't want folks in your business, or if you got multiple, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, you keep a low profile, you'll be able to do that. Okay. You have my assurance that's a possibility. So income potential varies, but this is the promise is okay, $1,000 a month. So 160 days from now, you'll have made an extra $1,000. That pays for the entire, it would have paid for a lifetime membership if you've gotten that for $397. But if you didn't, it'll take you through, at least a year of the membership. Like it pays for itself as long as you are actively doing the work the side hustles that we recommend. Some side hustles only pay a few $100 a month, or you can only make a few $100 a month. Others you can get up to a few thousand. Broker price opinions is included. This is not a BPO program, which some of you have made um, made that wrong connection, but BPOs are included. So I've done thousands of them. I've made $5,000 a month doing broker price opinions. My highest month doing that was $10,000. I've only done that one time. BPOs are what led to my first six-figure year. So, I mean, I could go on and on about the benefits of doing them. You do have to have a real estate license. And for anyone who's watching now or, forever, someone please comment below that a real estate license is required, because this is the most commonly asked question. And I feel like I've said it enough time, so many times that I know people will still, ask the question anyway. So yes, you need a real estate license. However, getting a real estate license is about as difficult as getting a driver's license. It's not hard. I don't care what anybody tells you. It's just a test. If you just studied the practice exam, and took that without doing anything else, you could pass the real estate exam. Very easy to get in. Now, on the other hand, making money with your real estate license, that can be a little bit challenging. And I found that out, which is why I started doing BPOs in the first place, because I was tired of dealing with buyers and sellers, tired of dealing with folks who were not qualified or didn't refuse to get a pre-approval, tired of folks telling me that the Lord is going to provide for their pre-approval or going to give them money to buy a house, tired of driving around in the snow in Chicago, tired of dragging around kids in car seats. Car seats are heavy as hell. So that's the reason why I started doing broker price opinions. That is the honest to God's truth. um, I was just over it. And not to say that I hated selling real estate, because I didn't, but you do have to be mindful that it's not fast money. Like this ain't drug money, right? I don't care what anybody tells you. Now, BPOs, on the other hand, was fast money. And some folks will tell you that that's not a good use of your time, or you could be doing other things. I'm like, I hear you on that, but I like control, time flexibility, and freedom. So I don't like to be told what to do. So BPOs worked out very, very well for me. All right. So again, broker price opinions do require a real estate license. I will be covering that inside of Side Hustle Heavy. If you don't have a real estate license and you're thinking about doing BPOs, take a week or so and get your license. Like it ain't, you don't have to spend 6 months pondering it. Just go get the license. It's not a big deal. All right. So isn't this information on Google? Yes. Duh. Everything's on Google. You think I'm going to sit here and tell you that you can't find the things that I know on Google? Absolutely not. Of course you can, right? Of course you can. You can find everything about property preservation on Google, tax lien investing on Google, side hustles on Google, how to make bombs on Google, how to create test tube babies on Google. It's all there. Matter of fact, there's a financial calculator right now where you can go and put in how long it'll take to get $1 million. So we all know on some level, maybe not the exact formula, but we know on some level, if you start at 21 and you say $500 a month at 9% interest for 32 years, you'll have roughly a little bit over $1 million. We all know that. You've been told that, haven't you? Haven't you been told that over the years? Those of you who've been to taking accounting or finance classes, haven't you used a financial calculator before? You can tweak those numbers and come up with the exact amount it would take you to get $1 million. But ask yourself, How many 50-year-olds you know who have $1 million? How many can you name that you know personally, not like on the internet? The people that you know, probably not many, right? So that's my answer, my honest to God's answer to, isn't this information on Google? Like, yeah, it is on Google. But what's not on Google, for one, is me, like direct training, the live stream that I'll be doing every single month. That ain't gonna be on Google. The Facebook community, that ain't gonna be accessible to every single person. And then the specific side hustles that I did and the way that I do them, and even the way that I do BPOs, that ain't on Google. So you got to ask yourself, what's the cost of, saving $197, which is what this program costs for all of 2021? Do you want to, do that, save 197 bucks, which will ultimately cost you thousands of dollars? Like that is a fact. You're going to lose money by trying to save $200. You know what they call that? Can't see the forest for the trees, stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. I mean, I've done all that before. I definitely have done all that before, and it got me nowhere. Even with scaling a business, I spent hours on Google, hours reading different books. Didn't cross seven figures though until I got a qualified, very well qualified coach and listened. And so I had to be them and did the work. Can't forget that. It's a shit ton of work. Don't let me get to line to you about that. But that is the process that I went through. So yes, it's on Google, but so is anything. All right. So if that's your mindset, have at it. Right? Best wishes to you. If it's not your mindset and you like to see what's on the inside, which I just showed you what it looks like inside of Kajabi, then we'd love to have you. All right. Moving on. Clubhouse tonight, 9 o'clock Central Time. You're invited. Clubhouse is an audio only app. You do have to have an iPhone. I got no invites. Well, if I do, I can't send them to you. So I got no invites for you. But if you want to hear me share more about my journey from four-figure side hustles to this seven-figure business, more about the stories I've gone through personally and professionally, more about, the struggles I had early on as an entrepreneur, like the time I made 342 bucks in a month, or, sending money back home to my family when I got my first refund check and losing my first check for being an intern at Georgia Pacific in downtown Atlanta. Like all these different things like are little like stepping stones on this journey. And I have like specific memories and shifts that I can recall that took place, from these various life stories that have taken place. I'll be doing that tonight on Clubhouse again, 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. I ain't gonna be there all night. I can tell you that right now. And it might be loud in the background. I don't know. We go hope for the best. But nevertheless, I will be there. We'll take a few questions, so when I can figure out how to get the people to the stage. But would love for you to join me there. Clubhouse is a very different feel from all the other app platforms, and I've only used it a couple of times, but I do like it, and I'd love for you to be there. Share the invitation, invite some people, and get ready for some Q&A. All right, so again, that's tonight, 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, Clubhouse app. To register, sidehustleheavy.com, right? To get more information, I should say. And some of you have made a few inquiries into, or you wonder why we don't just take people directly to a checkout page where you punch in your credit card number and go about your day. Some people have asked, why do it feels like we make it hard for people to pay. And that is because that's true. We do make it harder. Common internet marketing theory is you should make it as easy as possible for people to buy from you. Well, that comes with a specific set of issues. If you make it as easy as possible for people to buy from you, then you get anybody and everybody buying, even folks who are not qualified, folks who are scammers, folks who waste your time. And we rarely, listen to me, rarely get that. I'm talking a dispute percentage of 0.15% with thousands of customers. Why is that the case? Because for one, the shit works that we offer. And for two, we make sure people are qualified before they come in. I have probably, I got to double check, but the number of refunds that we've had in the last 12 months, the number of refund requests or disputes, I put those together in the same category because there's so few, has been less than five. And it's probably been five people who have come through different programs that we have personally refunded for not being a good fit, either mechanically in terms of the actual work, or just having bad attitude. So it's like, here, you could take your money and you could go and do something else because this is not it. That is the reason why you can't just go to a checkout page and pay money. And then also you get people who again waste your time. And whenever they're buying, when you buy stuff that you don't really need and you're not really sure what it is, and you really have no intention of following through, what happens is when you need some money, when you run low, and I know because I've done this, you start thinking, oh, where did I spend some money? Where did my money go? You start looking through your history like, oh, I bought this program. What is this shit? And then you go and you initiate a dispute or a refund request because you need money and you didn't really know what you were buying in the first place. So you're gonna know what you're buying. You're gonna know what you're buying. You're gonna know who it's for. You're gonna know what the promise is. The promise is $1,000 a month. You're gonna know who it's for. Folks who are tech savvy and computer literate and comfortable getting paid with mobile apps. Folks who want to generate an extra $1,000 or so every single month. Folks who don't want to start a business or get another job. um, you're going to know who it's for and who it isn't for. So there's not going to be no question of what am I buying? I don't know what this is. You should know. And if you don't know, it means that you have a very low ability to pay attention to detail, which means that this is probably not going to be a good fit for you anyway. Okay. Look at me doing a Black Power salute. That was unintentional. I didn't even mean to do that. Tonight at midnight, is the deadline for early bird discounts. After tonight, you're going to pay an extra $1,000 for the same information. You need to get in now so you don't have to pay an extra $1,000. You can pay $197 for all the rest of 2021. Can't beat that with a bat. Or you can pay $397 for a lifetime membership. All right. And all of that information is at sidehustleheavy.com. Yes, we're going to ask you some questions to make sure that you're qualified. Yes, you should answer those questions, and then you'll be taken to a checkout screen. And then from there, you will be added to, or you'll receive a set of onboarding emails. It may land in your spam folder. If they do, please add us to your, contact list. And then from there, my friends, it's time to get to the bag, right? It's time to get some small wins in place. It's time to build your confidence. It's time to use the momentum from the community to move forward. It's time. It's time. You might not get to seven figures, but you for sure can get to four figures every single month. That's light work, I promise you. All right. SideHustleHeavy.com is where you go to register for that. Tonight at midnight is the deadline. I'm going to leave this up for a couple of minutes, and then I'll be trying to get these kids quiet so we can head on over to Clubhouse, y'all, at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you to the 100 or so plus founding members that we have. Thank you for trusting us on this journey. Thank you for all the likes, subscribes, and subscriptions to the channel, all the shares. Thank you for being overwhelmingly positive on all the videos in the comment section across all platforms. Like, thank you so much for that, because that is rare. I mean, I be on some YouTube channels and folks, these people be going ham in the comments. Now it still does happen, right? But it is a rare occurrence, and for that, I'm glad to. I'm happy to be a part of it, or happy to be the leader in that regard, right? Thanks again so much for your time. I'll see you guys on Clubhouse in just a little bit. In the meantime, sending you love, light, peace, blessings, grace, and clarity, and I'll see you inside of the program. Bye bye.